What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, it's too late for all of that. Y'all, it's 11 o'clock. Queen Sugar just went off. And you can tell by the bonnet that I'm about to hit the what sack. Your girl is tired, okay? Let's talk about this episode because this was a real good episode. And I want to make sure we talk about each and every little nook and cranny of this situation, okay? All right, now, first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and talk about Micah. Okay, we're going to do Micah first because Micah easy peasy. Micah, what I tell you? Huh? What I tell you, Micah? What I tell you? Okay, first of all, Micah and the activism kids got their game plan. They got a game plan. This is the plan. Okay, we're gonna go around here. We're gonna honor our ancestors, and we're gonna show these people that they don't own us. They don't own our names. They don't own the blood that's on that land. They don't own the rights to us ever again. No, never, never, never. Okay, and Michael's like, yeah, I'm down for them. Now he still kind of seems like he might be feeling like, oh, we really, really doing this. And we're not just gonna talk about this for a while. We're gonna do full on action plan with this. He just seemed like he's a little unsure. So they execute it beautifully. It's all done ceremonial style, complete with candles, and they say a prayer and they pay respects to the ancestors and all of that. It's a beautiful moment until something catches on fire. And then the little house, the little cabin, the little slave cabin catches on fire. And then it burns down to the Mickey freaking ground. Okay, so they go back to the honeycomb hideout, and they all sitting there looking scared and worried because they wasn't planning on going this far. They wasn't planning on doing this damage. Like it was never in their plan for this thing to happen. It was never about arson. It really was about what they went there about. It's just showing the Caucasians, that it's not just land. This is bloody ground you guys are walking on, and it deserves some reverence. It was never ever about violence or using violence. It just happened, But listen, the best laid plans, where the thing burns straight to the ground. Micah is concerned. He's worried. He's never really done anything, of this nature. Even when he was, locked up or taken in for custody, he still hadn't done anything wrong outside of a little light speeding, maybe. I don't know why the man pulled him over. I guess because he was a black boy in a nice car. And he feeling some type of way. Next day he go over to look at the place. He got paint on his shoe. I'm like, Michael, why would you be back there? What is you doing? I mean, then he goes home. When he gets home, he's sitting there like just like everybody else, just like every other child in black child in history or white child. It's just like they already know that every doorbell, every phone they ring, it's your teacher, it's your principal, it's your neighbors, husband. You know what I'm saying? Like it's somebody calling the tale. It's somebody here to pick you up. Like the guilt, and it's all over his face. And when somebody comes to the door, he looks at the door like it. This is it. This is it. I'm going down. I'm going to the Who Scout now. And he's also probably a little nervous too because he don't want no parts of the law. He's already run afoul of these idiots, of these pigs. The ones that are pigs. Not all of them are pigs, I know, but he's not, he's very fearful of that, more than anything. So, turns out it was not the police at the door. So Micah has a little bit more of a reprieve, but we're going to see a little bit more next episode about the police and investigation and people just sort of coming to some conclusions about Micah and his friends and how they may have played a role in this. It was so many people at that property checking the property out, and I was like, it's one little rickety structure. I mean, first of all, I mean, they had the NSA and the AA and the PPA and the WNBA, and they had everybody out there walking the grounds and the news cameras. I was like, y'all sure will broadcast. Y'all sure will broadcast when it's y'all and y'all shit. Boy, I tell you what. But anywho, let's move on to Aunt Vi. Aunt Vi is making pies and Jack comes over. Jack is the guy that owns the grocery store chain, the one that wanted to go do a 60-40 split, him 60. And also, y'all know Aunt Vi told him after she had a little spell during her presentation and he got her home. The next day came check on her. She told him she had lupus. And so now he's just now returning after having, kind of abruptly after she told him, he was a little shocked and a little disheveled. Because kind of like, I don't know what to do with this. Like now that I think about it, like a lot of men are. A lot of men are uncomfortable with sickness, women being sick and how they can help and saying too much or not enough. And of course, he was thinking about his business too. And the bottom line, can she do this? You know what I'm saying? Should we do this? And he might be thinking, Lord, did you tell me to do this? I don't know because this woman got lupus and I don't know if she's going to be able to make these pies. I mean, we don't know. God loves us all, right? But he comes over, and what I loved about this moment, about this scene, is that they don't really say a whole lot. There's not a lot of dialogue in this scene between the two of them. It's the words that are spoken. For every one word, it means three or four different things, and that when you have people that are mature and are sincere and earnest, they don't really need a lot of filler there. So he comes in and he says, I came over to bring you contract. And she just looks at him, and it's a moment of relief for everybody, including us watching. And she says, well, I thought that was gone the way you left here. And she's still making the pies. When she came here, she was like, Jack, how you doing? Smiling like, this is it. This is it. He's coming to give me the shoe. He's giving me the old kaboot. Oh, and we all feeling the same way. The way he came in hand in hand, like he was gonna tell her some bad news, but it's good news. Here's the contract, and he wants it to be her idea, the idea that she was pitching him. This is the idea that he is funding. This is the idea that he's investing in. She is going to get her own pie shop, Aunt Vi's Prize Pies, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be wonderful. And I'm so happy for that. All he asks is that she be honest. If she's not feeling well, if she's having a hard time, then she needs to tell him and he can help her and he can sort of mediate things until she's back 100. And it's a good moment. Later on, we see Aunt Vi in Hollywood. They are at the venue where he has planned the wedding. Hollywood is doing all of the wedding planning. And it's a beautiful venue. And he starts talking about seeing a gondola. I mean, it's green as far as I can see. Like, this is Louisiana. They went to Spain, so he really enjoyed Spain. He wanted to go back over there and do something. And now he wants to bring Spain and incorporate it into their wedding. And he's talking about gondolas and a band. And later on, she tells him that it's beautiful, it's lovely. She just is gonna be a beautiful woman in a white dress. And he was like, "That's all you got to do. That's all you got to bring. Everything else I'm gonna do." And he's like, "Well, you saying you don't like it?" Of course, he's a little skittish after she did the whole name change surprise on him. And she said, "No, I like it. I love it. It's a good idea." I'm saying? That is a good idea, but I like it. It's a beautiful place, and thank you. He was like, "Good," because I already put the deposit on it. Later on, when they cake tasting, Aunt Vi tells him, "You know what? I owe you an apology." And I was like, "Oh, this going to be about the name." Mm-mm. She owed him an apology because she pulled his coattail about spending money when he was getting his hair cut. He getting a test drive haircut from somebody who wanted him to invest in a barbershop. Oh, Wendell. And she said that was wrong of me. That was wrong of me. That was, you was investing in something, was something that you wanted to do, and I never asked you your dream. You never talked about your dream. Tell me, what's your dream? What do you mean? He was like, I want to be with you. I want to take care of you. My dream is to make sure you are right. She was like, look, Come on now. Come on. We talking for real. I get it. I understand. You my knight in shining armor. I acknowledge you and I love everything about you, especially that. But I want to know what it is you always wanted. And Hollywood is like, I thought about having my own construction company when I was back in college. I wanted to have a sports lounge. And she was like, I don't even know what a sports lounge is. She said, but if this is something that you want, you should do it. You should do it. Your existence is not all about making my dreams come true. It's also about fulfilling your own dreams, the desires of your own heart. And he was like, okay, okay. He said, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pursue what it is I really, really want to do. And he said, all I ask is that you take good care of yourself. You do what you're supposed to do, take care of yourself, and that way I won't have to worry about you. Hollywood, your job is not solely and only taking care of Aunt Vi. Because if you don't replenish and rebuild and constantly level up in yourself, Aunt Vi is gonna leave you, baby. Aunt Vi is gonna get her own pie shop. Aunt Vi is gonna be internationally highly known. Okay, she's going to be highly known internationally. Okay, and you got to get out there and do for yourself too. It's all right to take care of one another, but you got to take care of yourself too, inside and out, Hollywood. Don't forget that now. We love you. You're a knight in shining. You are a knight in shining armor. Okay, but that armor gonna need some polish on it, sir. It is. So, let's move on. Let's move on to Ralph Angel. Let's talk about Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel and Trin walking in a greenhouse. This is how the show opens up. It's her family greenhouse. I think it's her mama's greenhouse. And it's a beautiful greenhouse. It's very large. It's not like some little small. It might be a part of like a co-op or a gardening community, but it's a beautiful, beautiful. Y'all know you can grow anything in Louisiana, Mississippi. They soil is like gold. So it's all beautifully done. And they have similar family stories. Her parents, although they were together and they're still living, if I'm not mistaken, mom and dad, they worked hard, 2, 3, 4 jobs here, there, everywhere to send her to private school and put her through college. And now they're doing the same thing for her brother. And Ralph Angel's like, yeah, my dad worked really, really hard too, and it's a moment. And he want to know if they can be more than just work friends. And she was like, yeah, sure, I like that. I was like, okay, Ralph Angel, we're gonna persist with this bull crap. Later on, we see him with Dollar. Him and Dollar sitting at the high yellow, and she wants 70-30 split. She wants 70% custody of Blue. Okay, and he is stunned. She got paperwork and everything. She done talked to a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And probably her parents. I'm not saying Dollar is stupid. I'm not saying Dollar is dumb. I'm not saying Dollar can't work things out. Dollar come from good stock. She come from educated people. She was educated, okay? And I'm not saying she too stupid to do it. And certainly her having a drug addiction does not lessen her ability or capability of being a smart businesswoman. But she looks dead ass serious. She looks like this is the only option that she has left, and she plans on wholeheartedly taking all of the support that she is going to get from her parents and doing what she got to do to get her son. The bulk of the time. She talks about you working several jobs, and he is with everything she's saying is true, and he is just hit. Uh, uh. Two to the head and one to the belly. Oh, what happened to 50-50? Okay. And she was like, well, you know, um, I'm just saying. He said, I don't know you no more. I mean, she was just like, Ralph Angel, you working, you're taking care. I mean, it just makes sense. Um, Later on when he telling Nova, Nova's like she playing dirty. She playing dirty already. I was like, no, shut the hell up. Be quiet, Nova. Be quiet. Charley, she's a fixer. She does damage control. What about your probation? Is your probation up? She's just checking all the windows and doors. What can we do? Later on, we find out that she's gonna have a good girlfriend come down and represent Ralph Angel. And But in the meantime, the sisters tell him that if she knock you down, she gonna have to knock us all down. Cause of course y'all know how Ralph Angel, he get all tight jawed and all mad, and he's crying, he's upset, he's just reminiscing about Blue. Now, I missed the first 4 years of his life, his first steps and crawling. I wanted to teach him how to ride a bike and swing on a swing, you know what I'm saying, and eat lollipops and skip through the field. We all do, Ralph Angel. We all miss that. It has been shattered for us all. Still, it's emotional when he stands up and he cried. But listen, I tried to warn you all last season. I tried to warn you all this season. When Darla came back, what did I say? Be careful here, because at the end of the day, you aren't truly blood. You are on the birth certificate. We learned that you are on the birth certificate. Okay, this is what I said. I said, tread lightly. Not that they got to tiptoe around Darla, but the way they have shunned her. And I'm honestly, I'm a little surprised with the sisters. I'm a little surprised with the sisters too. I appreciate them supporting Ralph Angel. But me as a sister, I would have said, come on, let's go. I'm going over the dollars. Come on, let's go. Go call Darla and tell Darla to come here. We're gonna talk to her. And we work it out. Let's talk, let's all talk about it. They need some mediation. Darla recommended mediation. Okay, everything is not handled, with an elephant gun, Ralph Angel. You got to be mindful of these things. You got to be mindful of these things. And it would have behooved you to be a lot smarter and a lot kinder to Darla. I mean, you said a lot. Your family said a lot. And it's not that you guys are not right. She did lie and she did deceive you. But your inability to put this pad behind you as much as you possibly could and treat Darla with some measure of kindness. Your family's inability to be able to treat Darla with some measure of kindness, even though after finding out that Blue wasn't your son, she didn't just come rip him up and take him away. You could be fighting this thing over the highway, because Darla could pick him up and take him back. I'm not gonna blame Darla solely. I feel like these are the options that he has brought Darla to. She wanna see her son too. She gave birth to her son, and any woman worth they salt ought to fight for their son. But at the same time, she has rolled over and shown the soft side of her underbelly long enough. Yes, I was a crackhead. Yes, I was a whore. And yes, I lied. And I am extremely sorry. But that's my baby. It can be our baby. Okay? But in order for it to be our baby, you need to recognize that I'm his mama and treat me with some doggone respect. Let's do this right. Talk to me right. Handle me right. It's not appropriate. Just because she was found to be in the wrong don't mean they welcome that for the rest of her doggone life. If that's the case, then what is the point in apologizing? Anyway, I digress. I get so upset. I get so upset when people just next thing you know, we see Ralph Angel with Trent. He go to pick her up, but all he can think about is Blue and losing Blue. He's truly, truly, truly sad. And I'm sad for him, but I knew this was coming. I could see it coming. And finally, he just, she bounces in the car and gives him a little kiss and let's head out for her. And she notices there's something wrong and something going on with him. And he tells us, maybe we should keep this simple for right now. I got a lot going on. It's complicated. Yeah, Trent, it's complicated. This is what I was saying. Ralph Angel don't have time to date you and love on you and swing in the swings and all of that. Ralph Angel got 800 acres of cane, of land. The part that ain't cane is soybean. Okay, and he got a little boy that he not only do he have to raise, but he has to navigate and mediate the tribulations of life and relationships with the child's mama. Oh, and by the way, he's not the blood father, and he has not filed a petition for adoption, as far as I know. Okay, it's complicated. It is. It's complicated. He don't have time to be petting unicorns and skipping through the lily fields with you, Trent. I'm sorry, you're a beautiful girl, and I'm sure you're sweet. Okay, but Ralph Angel got bigger fish to fry. All right, that's all I got to say about that situation. Okay, so let's talk about Nova. All right, so Deborah is visiting Nova, and she comes bearing news. Uh, she's got a individual that's very interested. Of course, the publishing house is very interested in the book that she's writing about her dad's life, and more specifically, they want her to write a quick article about the chapter of the book where she talks about her father's depression. Of course, instantly she's thinking about it like any decent African American childhood. Usually, what goes on in the home stays in the home. But this is something that can help people. This is something that could encourage people, uplift people. This is something that can bring empathy to what a lot of middle class Americans are going through current day. So even though she has this moment where she is just like, oh, I don't know how everybody's going to feel about this, at the same time, this is what a good publisher does. She just encourages her to think about it. It would be really great. It's a lovely piece. We would love to have it. And Nova's like, okay, don't we'll do it. Then we see Nova and Remy. They holding hands at a party. It look like it's Too Sweet Mama's party or some sort of block party. And they see Too Sweet Mama there. They holding hands and walking. They on a bona fide date. A bona fide date. We find out that Too Sweet is in school. He's doing well. Nova's y'all know been paying a little bit on his college help, trying to help him, get through school and everything. And he's trying out for colleges, and he's been promoted on his job. He's just doing real good. And she talks real highly of Nova, and Remy is looking at her like, yep, this is why I like her. She's good stock. Now this is a good stock I can get behind. You know what I'm saying? Later on, we see Remy roll a joint for Nova. And I'm like, oh, okay, Remy, they smoke it. He rolls it beautifully and quick and with know-how. He ain't no stranger to trees, you know what I'm saying? And they talk and they reminisce and smoke. And later on, we see the most awkward, off-putting, feather light makeout session between him and her. I was just like, boo. It was just, mm-mm. I didn't like it. I didn't like the chemistry between the two of them. I was like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? And her head on his shoulder. I was just like, y'all trying to sell this as a tender love story if y'all want to. I am not buying not 1 inch of this bullshit, not at all. Okay, sorry. It was gross, fucking gross. Sorry, but I done said it now. Then we see after the tender makeout moment, Nova gets to thinking, and you know, she wants to talk to Charley. This was after her and Charley had been around there talking to Ralph Angel. And so before Ralph Angel leaves, before they break it up, she goes and sits out with Charley and they talk. And she finally tells her after she just leads her on, they sitting outside. It's a tender moment. And she was like, I have something to tell you. I didn't mean to do it. It wasn't planned. It's all very innocent. And we kissed. And we can see the look on Charlie's face like, girl, if you tell me it's Davis, I will windmill you so hard off this swing. I will windmill you into the soil, baby. Okay, you could just see it was a moment on her face where she was like, please don't do this. So finally she says, just say it. Nova says, Remy and I. And Charley doesn't blink. She doesn't blink. She was like, so you've been lying to me for weeks? And Nova's like, listen, it wasn't planned. We just kissed. And I don't want you to hate me. Uh, and Charley is like, the last time when I told you about my plan with the Landrys, you were so ugly. You were so nasty. Okay. You really, really, really was the just so uppity and high and mighty. Okay. She said, but the last time you judge me is the last time you will ever judge me. You will ever have to say anything to me at all about ethics and morality of right and wrong. And she gets up and she walks off. Okay, and leave Nova ass sitting there. All right. Nova later on, when she get home, she gets a FaceTime from Deborah, and Deborah tells her that the publishing house is not gonna go with it. She was like, "Well, they didn't want it," and she said, "Well, no, that's not it at all. Somebody bigger wants the article, the depression article about her father. Well, who is it? It's the New Yorker. But you got 2 weeks, 2 days to get it written and done." And Nova's like, I mean, it's a huge opportunity. It is a huge, huge opportunity. But because it is her father's story, it is because she does have siblings and Aunt Vi, it has to be done delicately. And I don't know if 2 days it can be done, but if anybody can do it, Nova can do it. And this is what Nova needs to be focused on. This is what she needs to be focused on. I don't know why everybody is trying to cram love right smack dab into in the middle of rebuilding, of climbing, of trying to grow and change. Like, seriously, after you write this piece and do this book, Nova, you might not even feel the same way about Remy. Like, it's so stupid. It's the stupidest choice in my opinion. Anyway, so that's Nova. Let's talk about Charley. Okay, so we see Charley for the first time. She's talking with a lawyer. And she was like, "Oh, our family is not selling this land. Okay, they don't find out about the penitentiary now. This family is not selling the land." He said, "Well, even if you don't sell it, the government can just take it. Y'all know, I forget what they eminent domain. I think is what it's called. They can just take whatever they want, a half an inch of your land, your property, tear up your whole yard to put a new street, whatever. This is the bullcrap I'm talking about with the government. But I digress." And Charley is mad as hell. The lawyer sees himself out. She get a call from Jacob. Jacob calls her and he wants to talk. And she's like, "What the hell? What the hell?" Okay, the cat's out of the bag. Charley is not sneaking and skulking around anymore. She's like, "No, I see y'all and I want y'all to see me." Okay, what do you want? Please give me a minute. I don't have time to talk to your no good lying, low down, yellow Betty, dirty dog ass. But my mom wants to talk to you. And she was like, "I wouldn't talk to your mama with your lips." And he is like, "Please, promise you'll like what she have to say. Please." So she agrees to go and see the mom. And when she sees the mom is surprised. "I'm surprised you came." And she's just as white and as southern as you can imagine. She's got that little mini tuck, but it's still a pony and the sides. And it looked like she take it off at night and put it back on. Like it's that coiffed type hair, all teased and back combed up and combed over. And the little polyester suit. I'm sure it's fancy. And Jacob sitting there with like a little boy suit on, little suit coat on. He just sitting there, and she says, "I'm surprised." And I knew when Jacob told me about you. You're smart and tough and sweet girl. And Charlie say, "I ain't nobody's girl. Let's get that straight." Charlie came out the gate letting her know. Don't even come with the booty boot. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm on to y'all. Okay. I know you think you own to me. I know you think you have something to offer me in kind. I know you think you probably can talk me into some stuff, but I'm just letting you know right here. You're not here talking to no girl. I'm a grown ass woman and I manage whole companies out this mother. Okay. And lives. What do you want? Okay, and so she tells her, I want to take my brother down. I want you to help me take my brother down. I'm talking about Landry. I want you to help me take him down because I helped my daddy till this land and do everything for him. And even when he died, he still left Jacob everything. Can you believe that? Just trying to it pulled on Charlie's sympathies about, being women of power, and you know, it's all the same tricks. And she says that she be doggone over her dead body, but she let her brother put a bunch of thugs and thieves and criminals on her daddy's land, on her family's land. And Charlie was like, first of all, you here to betray your brother. And I don't like your brother. I don't really too much like y'all. But anybody that will stab their brother in the back is liable to do, family in the back is liable to do anything to anybody. No, thank you. So she says, well, you know how I feel about my brother. You splitting hairs. You worried about the wrong thing. I can't undercut his shares, but you can. And this is an opportunity for me and you. Okay, she gives him an envelope, gives Charley an envelope with some information about Landry's son. And Charlie's going to use that information next week, okay, in order to get controlling shares. I was like, I hope Charley get them shares and use them for her and her family. I wouldn't do nothing for the Boudreaux. I wouldn't do nothing. If we didn't have no verbal, we didn't have no agreement, full on agreement, they do it to you. If y'all got an agreement, you can't break your word. I'm not saying break your word. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying break your word. But if y'all ain't got no agreement, you need to look out for you and your family. Point blank, period. Because these people have been swindling black people for many, many years. Okay? For their land. Anyway. So when his mama get up and walk off for a minute, Jacob just sitting there. She said, what? Can't speak in front of your mama? And he was like, I just never meant it. She was like, you are a liar. And he was like, I've never meant to hurt you. I may have lied about some things, but not about me and you. I was like, if you don't get your thin lips. So we find out that Micah was afraid of somebody at the door. Turns out it was Remy at the door, and he's standing outside. Now, he done rang the doorbell and walked to the edge of the porch, and he's standing there with his arms folded, looking at the sky with his back to her. So she walks up and she stands on the other side of the porch. So you can imagine a wide set of steps. He on one side with his back facing the yard and his hands in his front pockets. And she's standing on the other side of her porch with a sweater on and some sweats and a thin little top and some flip-flops. Them fighting clothes. You know what I'm saying? She is prepared to win meal. Okay. And so she's just standing there, and I love that poise. I love that poise. I love that calm. I love how she cut him up like fine sushi and didn't even raise her voice. Well, Remy starts out with the and I never, and and we was over a long time before. I don't really like the way you standing here right now, Remy. I really don't like the way you coming out your mouth at me. I don't like the way you squaring your shoulders off. I don't like the way you got your motherfucking hands in your pocket. Okay, you need to get your ass on, all right? And Charley went ahead and called him out. I don't trust you. I don't know who you are. And he was like, well, we never met. Say her name. He gonna swallow and look at her. Nova. She said all that time you was self-righteous with me and holding your head up and looking down your nose at me, and you go and do this. Nova and I are family. We gonna always be family. But you, I done already forgot you. You are fleeting. Okay? You're like a leaf in the wind. Okay? And he's just like, oh. He don't argue back nothing. He just saunders on off and gets in his truck. I was like, if you don't get out of here with that, the high-waisted pants and that Toyota Tundra looking like a caramel thumb. I mean, it was the way he kept looking up at the sky and everything. I was like, look at your dumb ass. And she tells him, if you hurt Nova, you're going to see the wrong side of me. You better be sure that you know what it is that Nova wants. And all of us who went through first and second season with Nova know exactly what she talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this. Shout out to Badu, my subby Badu, because Badu said Remy ain't shit. She has said that. I promise you. I think since season 2. Since that time, he half mounted Charley and then brought up children and decided he was gonna cut the fun short. I believe that's when she started. Badu, put it down below, girl. Tell us when you first knew that Remy wasn't shit, girl. I just could not see it. I could not see it. Y'all know my discernment is strong, but I promise you, I did not see Remy being a snake in the grass. I mean, when I tell you I cussed this episode, y'all think I cussed in this review? No, 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 no. I saw him standing up with his back to that open door, you don't even have the kindness and decency to look me in my face and you gonna tell me I felt like this and I did that and I didn't mean to have it. And you know that, first of all, you don't tell me what I knew. Okay, you had so much to say, okay, about me just trying to help my family and my community the best way I know how, the only way I know how, which is corporate. Okay, you try to look down at me and then you go behind my back with zero consideration whatsoever for my family. Where do you think you're gonna go with this, Remy? I'm not gonna focus on this. I'm at 35 minutes. Listen, that is it for this episode. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me what y'all think about how Charley just went ahead and peeled Remy's ass like a banana and sent him running. Get in that Toyota Tundra and get the hell on. Get the hell on. And don't you come back around here no more, no more, no more. Oh, shady, shiesty ass. And then you gonna sit there and roll a joint with Nova. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you always been cool, but you can't help Charley, you know what I'm saying, run a quick scheme or show her a better way to do it. Like none of that. You dissed that girl all the way down, acting like you egged her at her own family fucking function. And this what you do? Goodbye. Good night. Y'all see, I'm pissed about Remy. Y'all already see. Y'all already know. Y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. Listen, if you stayed this long, please, and you are not a subscriber to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Okay, it gets emotional, I know. But I promise you will not regret it. Thumbs up, everybody. Remember to share the video. And don't forget, let's talk about it down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Ah!